me and Mom were talking about desserts and Vietnamese desserts to be exact. And then, those desserts with like the white and green layers? I asked her if she knew how to make that, and she did indeed.
So the next day, we got all the ingredients and made it happen. Banh Lan, which, what you
What?
got? Well, it means the cake, pig skin cake, essentially, which is kind of funny for, as we've mentioned in previous videos, that when I ask my sisters where these names come from, they're like, we don't know. Vietnamese people just name desserts weird things.
It's true.
But it doesn't taste like pig.
Nope. Tastes like most of the time pandan
There you
and
go.
mung bean, I have found out.
And it looks cool.
It does. And you can peel it apart and eat it like whatever those candies. There's like candies that you can peel apart and eat.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
You can peel it and eat it as your dessert.
chewy deliciousness.
Enjoy.
Chứ vậy da dễ sợ. See? How you do it?
You're going to rinse and soak half a cup of mung beans for a few hours until they have expanded. It probably takes, I'd say, like 3
Rồi
hours.
vớt bọt rồi dặn năm bò pho cho nó mềm mềm rồi nó hết nước rồi thì vậy nè. Nó khô nước rồi làm vậy thôi.
Essentially, you take those expanded mung beans, put them over a medium heat with a little bit of water, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a pinch of salt until they're soft and you can mash them.
We cut about 10 to 15 pandan leaves. You're going to rinse them off and then chop them up into about 1-inch pieces and put them in a blender with a little bit of water and blend it up.
Now, if you don't have access to a pandan plant or laye, you could probably use some pandan extract. I don't know how much though.
In a large bowl, you're going to put 70 grams of rice flour, 70 grams of potato starch, and 400 grams of tapioca starch.
Now, you may have experienced this with your family as well, but we're not really good at measuring things out. Oftentimes, I'll ask for recipes and they'll say, oh, use one of these spoons or put this many bowls in it. I guess that's why we all have different flavors.
Now add 1 teaspoon of salt. She is just measuring by eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you're going to put in about 500 milliliters of water and just mix it up.
And for those that are counting, that's 2 bowls of water. Next, take 350 grams of sugar, add it to a small pot, and add in that pandan water mixture. Do make sure you're using a strainer though, you don't want those leaves in there. Check out that rock climbing grip. Here comes a bowl of coconut cream. Oh, that was like a bowl and a half.
It's the full 400 milliliter can of coconut cream. And then also add 100 milliliters of water. You're just gonna melt it until the sugar dissolves.
Cái bề mua. Ồ,
Now, remember that bowl of the tapioca flour mix and stuff? You're gonna pour that warmed, like coconut cream pandan mix in there.
Now it's time to measure 1¼ cup of the mashed mung beans that you cooked earlier. We failed to mention it before, but you should have cooled it down in the refrigerator, which is why hers looks this solid. Similar to other recipes that we have with batter, such as bánh xèo or bánh cock, you'll find yourself stirring the mixture to make sure the consistency is correct. Now we're adding 2 bowls or 500 milliliters of the mixture to the mung bean.
dạ.
Now you're gonna take an immersion blender and blend that mung bean like batter mixture until the mung beans are kind of, I guess, essentially as blended as possible.
We ran it through a strainer because it felt a little chunky to us. This way we can catch whatever we needed to redo it some more.
Now, I think when we did it with Mom, we just didn't blend it enough the first time, which is why we had to do it a couple more times. But you probably could just blend it really well the first time and be done in one go.
We don't get to visit Florida too often, so hopefully cooking with Mom becomes a tradition. As we've mentioned before, she is trying to watch her health and cut down on her sugar intake, so she doesn't really have a whole lot of occasion to bake like this. She's definitely having a good time with us. Now, once you've blended your beans down enough, you can just toss them into your mixture.
Okay.
If you've been paying close attention, that means the mixture with the mung bean should now have about 750 milliliters because we added another half a bowl.
Add some green food coloring to one. And I guess you can just add as much as you want to make it green, honestly.
Yeah, and that's going to be to the mixture without the mung beans.
And then she's adding oil here, but I think we discovered that we probably didn't need oil in the batter. Now what you'll do is in a steamer, you can use any sort of like metal, like cake tin like this, or it can be a glass one, but you'll go layer by layer. And so you'll start with green, then you'll steam it for maybe 3 to 4 minutes until it's firm, then do a white layer, then do a green layer, then do a white layer. We probably added too much oil into this cake tin because you could definitely see the oil. You definitely don't need that much.
Dạ, được rồi, được rồi. Okay. Okay.
Make sure each layer gets full coverage.
Mom did say be careful of the water that drips off the lid. I think like my mom used to put a towel, like wrap the lid in a towel so that that soaks up the condensation. So that's one way. But yeah, layers and layers, just keep going.
Yeah, actually, the most recent time that we made bánh bao, we wrapped the lid with some cloth, and it did soak up that condensation.
she's just feeling here to make sure that it is firm. So you need to let this sit usually for at least 24 hours, she said. But we were trying to get on a plane and to our family's dinner the next day, so we kind of rushed through it, which is why it's a little soft. But she said usually you want to leave it at least overnight.
Chứ vậy da dễ sợ.
She immediately noticed how hard it was to get a piece out, telling us how chewy this is going to be.
See? Nhưng mà tại vì người ta để cái they make color more, that's why we don't do color more. So
As you saw in Mama's hand, we put a little too much oil in the pan and within the mixture itself. However, the cake itself looks pretty good.
Now, if you've never had this is pretty chewy. It's not like American Jello. It's like a little more mochi-y than Jello. It's very chewy, but it's really fun, and I think
how you do it?
you can peel it if you really wanted, but we just kind of ate it, and it was really good.
Another great kitchen experience with Mama is in the books. Again, grateful to have her.
Như sáng với nó đem cái miếng này về được không? Dạ. Khách hát.
Check out those layers. That's the result of all that hard work. Well, I guess it wasn't really that hard.
It is laborious though, takes some time.
And today is Mother's Day, so much love to all the mamas out there.
Like the video if you love your mom.